What is the deal with Stanley Cups? Naysayers wonder, why in the world would somebody pay $50 for a cup? Some blame it on rampant consumerism, but this is a fascinating case study where we are going to dive into both the marketing lessons and the psychological forces at play that have transformed Stanley from a $75 million on average company to a $750 million a year company in 2023. Thanks for being here. I'm psychology-driven brand strategist Kaye Putnam, and I love to take the big brand genius that is happening and help translate that into what small businesses and brands can do to grow so that you can change the world with what you know. Now, Stanley isn't a new company. A lot of us recognize the ubiquitous green camping thermos that the brand is known for since their launch in 1913. So they've been around for over 100 years. So what's changed to make it such a phenomenon? Hydration has been a trend for at least the last couple of decades. We are becoming more health conscious, and the Nalgene, which had its spot in the limelight for a while, is kind of going by the wayside in certain circles, partly because of the move away from plastic, and then also because of the redesign of some of these new products. Here's what's been happening that has made this Stanley Cup, this 40-ounce hunk of metal, so popular in the last months and years. It started with a entrepreneur who owns a e-commerce product recommendation blog and social media presence in Utah called The Buy Guide. They recognize that whenever they posted about the Stanley 40-ounce quencher, it would sell out on the Stanley website. It wasn't a very popular product at the time, but it gained a lot of favor with industries like nurses and teachers, where they want their beverages to stay cold or hot throughout their long shifts where they don't have access to leave their station or to leave their classroom. And then we started to see it be recommended by more and more celebrities and influencers. The Buy Guide actually partnered with Bachelorette Emily Maynard at one point to sell and recommend the product. And since then, we've seen the likes of like Adele in Carpool Karaoke drinking out of her tumbler. And Carrie Underwood has a bedazzled, customized version that you can see her carrying around as well. And for whatever reason, probably based on proximity that the Buy Guide had to Utah influencers, the mom influencers really took this up, starting in Utah and then spreading across the country. So no longer is Stanley known just as this camping mainstay, but it's becoming almost a style icon. And the company's responded. They've come out with a bunch of new colorways. I love that I have this on-brand version that I was able to source. No, it's not the hot pink or red version that is so hot right now in Target with a Starbucks collaboration. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But you get to essentially show off a piece of your identity by which product that you are carrying around. And you are joining the ranks of this sisterhood of women who all own and rave about this product. More recently, Stanley hit a lucky break. A TikToker, Danny Marie Lettering, had the unfortunate incident where her car burned. Like literally the whole inside was burned out. And she filmed a TikTok where she reached in, grabbed her copper Stanley mug, which was essentially unscathed in the catastrophe, pulled it out, shook it, and it still had ice in it. That video has had over 92 million views and increased the awareness of this product even more. Stanley took notice, and they actually bought Danielle a new car and then gifted her a bunch of mugs as well to replace what was lost in the fire. Smart move. And then most recently, we've seen an absolute frenzy. Starbucks took notice of the popularity of the drink. Obviously, it's aligned with their product, and they did a collaboration to celebrate Valentine's Day, and they released a special version of this mug in this like hot pink and bright red colorway that was available at Target. People literally lined up from 4 a.m. to get access to this special limited edition Stanley. Bananas. So with all of this going on, we get to see a psychological phenomenon in action called the bandwagon effect. The bandwagon effect essentially says the more that people are buying something or doing some particular thing, that trend catches on. We do it just because other people are doing it. Now, if you're a brand builder that wants to capitalize or leverage the bandwagon effect, there's a couple things that you can do. One of them, even if you're not a physical product business, having a physical artifact, something that people can see other people doing, enjoying, or being a part of, can help ignite this effect in your brand as well. It also points to why social proof is so important. And if you're just getting started, you can even spark some of this yourself as the brand owner by working with influencers, similar to how Stanley chose to partner with the Buy Guide back in 2017 as a test to see if they could sell some of these products for them. You can also work with affiliates to tap into audiences and influence that you don't otherwise have access to. The primary thing is more of a marketing shift that we're seeing. So by moving away from their main audience of campers, hunters, construction workers, people that want to keep their beverage cold, primarily in these like kind of masculine pursuits, they recognized that they were gaining traction with women. And they shifted their product design to fit that new market. So they have new colors, new designs that are in alignment with women consumers, particularly ones who value aesthetics, they value their personal style. And by making those shifts, their product is so much more enticing to that set of niche consumers. Making the marketing decision to reposition a product towards a new market is something that I've been considering. So my brand archetype quiz has been taken over 250,000 times, but it's very targeted and geared towards solopreneurs, creators, consultants, course creators. And I've been thinking lately, as I've been growing my expertise and experience in the hospitality sector, particularly short-term rentals, Airbnbs, those types of things, it would be relatively easy for me as a brand builder to create a version of my quiz and a version of the information, the value that I deliver after the quiz that was customized towards that particular niche market. So maybe you have a long-standing product that sells really well in a particular niche. How could you shift it and customize it towards a different niche where you have greater monetary opportunity? And to expand on this, they're tapping into people's desire to collect things. We collect things when we are trying to make a statement of self. There's also a gamification. So if we can have the most popular colors in our possession, they feel more valuable. We also see, like in the example of Carrie Underwood, of people customizing their Stanleys so they feel more individualized. There's an effect in psychology called the Endowment Effect that says that when we make something our own, when we make a decision about how we consume, essentially, we put a higher value on it. So by amplifying these types of content and celebrating the people that are personalizing and customizing, and then also making it easy for people by just offering a wide variety of colors that appeal to different people, they're tapping into that psychological effect. Ways that you can tap into these in your own brand is to have different options. We don't want to paralyze people with too many choices, but if we give people the opportunity to personalize their journey through our product, through our service, it means that they can collect more of them if there's multiple different ones that they want. And then also it gives them a sense of ownership over the purchase. I do this with my brand fluency archetype courses. You can buy the specific archetype that you want, or you can collect all 12. How can you incorporate this into your brand? Finally, we have the scarcity effect. This is an age-old tactic for brand builders, for marketers, and Stanley is doing it fabulously. The latest partnership and collaboration with Starbucks is a fantastic example of it. There's only so many of those coveted pink and red cups, so much so that people were willing to line up. So once you have the demand in place, offering a limited edition of your product or of your service can be a fantastic way to tap into the psychology of scarcity. I've even seen on my local Facebook groups where people are reselling these cups for $150, $200, $250, which defies all logic, but it's all because of the scarcity effect. So do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you going to buy one yourself just to see what all of the fuss is about? I want to hear in the comments, what are you learning for your business, for your marketing from the Stanley Cup phenomenon? If you like content like this where I dissect big brands and apply the lessons to small business, hit subscribe. I talk all about entrepreneurship, psychology, and branding in many different ways, and I would love for you to stick around for future videos.